Gas station log. It's 5 o'clock. And I'm just sitting here thinking about something. And I feel like I need to talk about it. So I was just sitting here thinking. And it kind of, gets me fired up a little bit. Because, it's just more injustice. The Constitution is the highest law in this land. That is an absolute fact. That is how it was established. The Constitution has governed our nation's decisions about things for the last 200 years. However, in the last 30, 40 years, the culture has been changing ever so subtly that don't kid yourself, because this does happen. Little things have crept in, and we have ever so subtly started not, ignoring the Constitution. And this is a grievous error, because how do you judge a person? By whether or not he follows his own rules. And here we have a country, and we don't even follow our own rules. Gun rights. The Constitution says that we have the right to bear arms. I don't care who you are, no one is above the Constitution. No modernist expert who thinks they know more than the Constitution, which was written 200 years ago, saying, oh, this is a dated document, it doesn't apply to us. Well, Mr. Know-it-all, you think you're so smart. You don't get to commit treason against the Constitution unless you want to be lined up and shot. It doesn't work that way. The Constitution holds until the people say it doesn't. And just because some of the people want to say that the Constitution doesn't really mean that, the rest of us that believe that it does, we have every right to stand up and fight for it. If a tyrannical, oppressive government should come in the midst, the Second Amendment grants us the right to bear arms so that we can rise up against any tyrannical force looking to shut us down, and thus all these people are doing is committing treason against the Constitution. We should line them up, hang them, and then shoot their dead bodies full of lead because they're stupid and they need to die. And God will have their judgment because they're hypocrites. They say they believe in something and then act like they don't. They believe in their own agenda, and that is not American. To be American is to follow the Constitution. Which leads me to my second point. Freedom of religion is again a terribly misinterpreted, but all you have to do is read the Constitution. It makes it very clear that a person's right to practice his or her religion shall not be infringed upon by the state. Then the state cannot sanction one religion over another. Therefore, when you have your school and they say you can't pray or read the Bible or whatever in your school, they are violating the Constitution, because the school is run by the state, and the state shall therefore not establish or disestablish any form of religious or practice or whatever. So it's one thing to not sanction something. It's another thing to deny it. You can say, okay, they're having a prayer group over there, and we're just, not going to get involved. We don't need to have anything to do with that. We don't need to sanction that or necessarily put our stamp of approval on the fact that they're having a prayer group. They're just doing it because this is a free country and they have the free right to express themselves in this way. So, if any of you are students in a school and you go to school and you want to read your Bible and you want to pray and somebody comes up to you and says, no, you can't do that, you can tell them they're in violation of the Constitution. Because you know what? It's the truth. The majority of the people, most everyone has it wrong. We've come to that. We live in a world where pretty much everybody is wrong, and the few are right. I know that's not what your mom told you when you were growing up. Well, you know, if you gotta think about it, if everybody's wrong and you're right, don't you think there's a problem with that? Most of the time I would agree, but we have gotten to a point in the world where where the people who are right and know the truth are now the small minority. And the majority en masse of people in the world have it wrong, including about what the Constitution says and means and is to be applied. Don't be afraid. Make a scene. Go to your school, go to your workplace, whatever, you know, and be like, hey, I'm going to pray, I'm going to read my Bible because the Constitution grants me that, and there is nothing you can say to counteract what the Constitution says, because it is the highest law authority in the country. And God will judge these silly people for it, because He will. Because we are a hypocritical, two-faced, lying people. And we will be judged. Well, everybody knows about the bird. Well, the bird. The bird is a word, yeah, the bird. The bird is a word, yeah, the bird. The bird is a word, yeah, the bird. Bird is a word. Well, don't you know about the word? Well, everybody knows that the bird is a word. Well, everybody said about the bird, yeah, the bird. The bird is a word, yeah, the bird. The bird is a word, well, the bird. Bird is a word. Well, don't you know about the bird? 'Cause everybody's talking about the bird.